So this is 4.4 homework, and we want to talk about car loans and mortgages. So in the group work, we did car loans, and so now we're going to do some mortgage stuff. And so we have the house that you're looking at is priced at $212,500. Your bank has offered you a 30-year loan at a nominal interest rate of 5% compounded monthly. What would be your monthly payment? Okay, so the idea is we're going to use this balance loan formula, and so we have B equals P times N divided by I, all times 1 plus I over N to the NT minus 1 plus I over N to the K, and then all divided by 1 plus I over N to the NT. And so we try to plug things in here. So for B, we're going to let our balance be $212,500. And that's our starting balance, which means K, the number of payments we've made, will be 0. So this is equal to the P we don't know. We're doing this monthly, so times 12 at 5%, so 0.05. Right, all times 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12. Raised to the 12 times T is 30, because the loan's going to be for 30 years, minus, left parenthesis, 1 plus 0.05, all divided by 12, raised to, now remember K is 0 because we plugged in the starting balance of the loan, and then all divided by this 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, raised to excuse me, 12 times 30. Okay, so you take out your calculator, and the idea is you're going to graph the right, graph the left, and then do intersect. So hit y equals, and then plug in the right-hand side, so x times 12 divided by 0.05, left parenthesis. So remember over here, this parenthesis you really don't need. You just need to put these couple parentheses on top here. Right? So you really don't need these. These are here for show, really. But in your calculator, you're going to have to put these parentheses on top. Let's put them in a different color. Right? So you're going to have to put an extra set of parentheses on top here. You're also going to have to do that for the exponents too. So right here and right there. So let's get back our calculator. And so I have left parenthesis, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, in parenthesis, raised to, left parenthesis, 12 times 30, minus, left parenthesis, 1 plus the 0.05 divided by 12, right parenthesis, raised to 0, and then in parenthesis, now all divided by, left parenthesis, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, in parenthesis, raised to, left parenthesis, 12 times 30. In parenthesis. All right, and then for enter, then for y2, we put $212,500. All right, for my window, I have to ask myself, okay, I'm looking for what letter? I'm looking for P. And so here, I'm going to say, okay, what's a reasonable house payment for $212,500? So of course I could start at 0, but that's way too small. And let's say I know it's probably not more than, let's do $3,000. $3,000 seems kind of high for a $212,500 house. So then hit zoom fit, and hopefully you see a line, and then you see a horizontal line that crosses it. So then down here we'll write, draw a picture. So we went from 0 to 3,000. It's going up like that. Hopefully something crosses it there. And we'll write intersect, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to intersect the two graphs. So it's second trace, go down to number 5, 1, 2, 3. And out pops this number, which is the payment. So P is approximately $1,140.75. Right, so that's my monthly payment on this house. All right. So now in part B, we're going to make a table. So it says use your answer from part A and fill in this table. So if we're going to use our answer from part A, what we're going to do is we're looking for the balance. So we'll write down B again. And then we know our payment. Now our payment we found before was $1,140.75. Right, n is still 12, so we have times 12, divided by the interest rate, which is still 0.05. Right, then all times this 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, raised to the 12 times 30. Right, then minus 1 plus, let's make this 12 better, 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12. Now this is raised to the k, and not 0, because k is going to be changing. For each payment, my balance will change, so raise it to the k. And then all divided by 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12, right, to the 12 times 30 in parentheses. And so the idea is I want to use my calculator and this formula to make a table. So go back to y equals. If you want, you can actually keep all that you have in there and just kind of tweak it a bit. Right, so you don't have to rewrite it. So where I have an x, I'm going to put that 1140.75. So I hit second, insert, 1140.75. Right, delete the x. I don't want that anymore in there. And then everything else is exactly the same except for that 0 you put in for k before. Right, that 0 is actually now k, so you make that an x. Right, so that's my new formula. I can make sure my table's set up right by hitting second window, and so it's set to start at 0. That's good, and it changes by 1. And then hit second graph, and it should start at basically 212,500. Now it's a little high. The reason why it's a little bit higher than it should be is because I rounded that payment. Right, so it's actually okay. So just fill this in, and you can fill in the exact value. You can do it up to decimals if you want by highlighting it, but let's just, I don't really care. I just want you guys to get the idea, right? Plug it in, a formula into your calculator, and be able to find a table. So 212,245, and then 211,989, and 211,732, 211,473, 211,213. And then 6 is 210,953. And of course, we can just hitting down if you want to see the rest of them. So we want to go to 12. Oops, I'll go up a little higher here. I need to get back to 7. Oops, I guess I have to go over to X. All right, so hit up. Here's 7. Okay, so at 7 I have 210,691, 210,428, and 210,164, 209,899, 209,633, and finally 209,366. All right, so what you really want to notice here is that you're basically paying off nothing on your mortgage in the first year. Right, you went from 212,500 to 209,363, which is a difference of about what, 1,000, 2,000, maybe $3,000 at most, right? So about $3,000, but you paid each month about $1,100. So you paid over $12,000 for this house, and you've only paid off on the principal $3,000.